What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, doing a VOD review of a comp that has been rising a lot in the stonks of TFT players. This has been seeing a lot more play, and we talked about this comp a month ago, maybe a month plus ago. A kind of basically the same comp, but as a slightly different version. And at that time, it was kind of a meme comp. It was not really a comp that I was a complete believer in. I loved playing it because it was super, super fun back in the day, especially when too much value was an augment and that had to be taken out of the game. And now this too much value-ish comp exists. It lives on as just a real reroll comp that you can just play as a 2-cost reroll comp. So what's going on here, if this is your first time seeing it, the idea is that this is a Pyke Gwen duo carry comp. You can roll down very, very nicely here for the Pyke 3, the Gwen 3, the Pantheon 3. Gragas 3 is also goable as well. You can even try to go for Meepsy 3. He's like the least reliable tank, but definitely one that you can go for. I would say this is normally one where you're not that excited about 3-starring, but the Pantheon or Gragas can duo tank. Either one. Gwen and Pyke are your main carries. And the idea is you can see this kind of weird positioning that we're doing. This is the split the line positioning that we've done for many, many sets on different comps. And the idea is, well, if we have, an enemy front line here with a bunch of frontliners, and they exist just like this, and then there's like a backliner, like a Zoe here, and we really want to snipe the Zoe, well, if we split their front line here, Leona's walk this way, Leona's walk this way, then it makes it very easy for Pyke to say walk up here, and then just skewer the Zoe, and boom, she's dead, and you win the fight, and you have a really, really good time. So it's a pretty strong 2-cost reroll comp. We'll talk about more of the intricacies as we get on into the game. I did want to talk about items as well, because this is one that's very important, and actually one that's quite interesting because of the rework to all of the psionic items. I actually did a quick look at these filters, so just Pyke 3, Gwen 3, Pantheon 3, with all of the psionic items just as items, and this is my spreadsheet where I just throw some kind of like comps in here, notes, all this kind of stuff. So if you want it, I can put the link in the description down below. But I put all of these just raw, not on any specific unit, into the stats so that I get as little bias as possible. And the stats like target lock the best, then malware matrix, interestingly, sympathetic drone, and biomatter the worst actually here. And it actually makes a lot of sense if you take a peek at the statistics here. You can see that malware matrix is actually the only one that actually performs nicely onto Gwen here. The idea being she's doing these snip, 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 snips, and reducing the MR of all the units that she has to that she's hitting. And then target lock, surprisingly still pretty good on Pyke. He doesn't actually hit that many units, but he does AoE some when he does his ult, and it's also just really, really good stats onto him. Aside from that, as far as builds go, Pyke really loves aggro drop here, so Edge of Night is almost necessary, and then IE is almost necessary, and then any last item here, we've seen, the target lock obviously good, but a Hodge is a pretty natural way to finish it out. And then Gwen items, usually doing this kind of like JG Hodge type thing, giving her some crit, death cap definitely totally reasonable as well, just usually some kind of like AP crit style setup, and then Pantheon is tank. You put tank items onto him. So yeah. Also, why is this comp receiving a little bit more talk now? Well, Gwen did get buffed on the A patch, so that's another reason to play it. And just in general, I think people are realizing that this line is pretty good. It works out, and you can see on that board there earlier, we didn't really talk through all the synergies. But there's a lot. There are a lot of synergies that fit really, really, really nicely onto this board, and so it makes a lot it makes a lot of sense to play around this board, and it's a really, really nice Ross board. You fit a ton of traits in, especially even late game. You could throw a Nami onto the board, and just get a trillion different traits on the board, and even some more space crew value. So we're on board with Phoenix here. He actually does start the game off with a Gragas and a Meepsy here. Though honestly, after my last Gnar VOD review, and with how good Gnar looked there, I would definitely consider this being a a Gnar game from this spot. We check and we see sympathetic here, which according to the statistics that we looked at is fine, not amazing, but not too bad. So that's definitely something that we can look at if we must here. And we go into 2-1. This is the LeBlanc portal, so nothing happens at 2-1. So we are just going to Bing chill here for a little bit here, and then throw sympathetic, onto the Pyke and give him some extra stats. Wow, so we're actually gonna level here. I mean, I don't hate it. This Pyke unit, is a monster in the early game, especially if we're going to throw 2 onto the board here. So honestly, I mean, we're going to clear this guy, though obviously they're level 3, not playing the world's strongest board. But I could see it. I could certainly see this being the game plan here is just we're going to play some Pikes and have them just kill everybody. Solo frontline the Gragas here with the Gargoyle, which is the only reasonable slam that we could have made in this spot. Good onto a Brawler and just a good first slam in general. And makes a lot of sense when we do want to solo frontline the Gragas, right? We can just solo frontline him, leave the Gargoyle there, and then the Pikes can just kill everything. I mean, I wonder how far the streak is going to go here. This is one of the biggest things that you do need to know about this comp, that you do need to keep in mind when you are playing this, is you need to win streak. You want to be strong early. This doesn't mean you have to like 100 streak the game, but certainly you have to be winning stage 3. You know, you could play this comp from like a maybe lose a little bit stage 2 and then stabilize on 3-2 as a 2-cost reroll, but you do not want to be playing this line from like a weak stage 3 because as you can see in the early game, Pyke's a monster. He just destroys people. It's really, really good. He absolutely clears people. I mean, there's nothing to say. Ooh, and a 2-star 2-cost is really, really tempting here. We'll actually see if Phoenix wants to take this here because there's a lot of good potential hits in it. And I don't know what this guy's yapping about, but something. He's having a good time talking to Twitch chat. Probably, ooh, I was going to say we can look for Pyke item here, but there's not one. So I guess we're going to take the Gwen with bow. But Pyke is a demon during stage 2 and stage 3. Also the Gwen hit theirs. That's pretty good. I mean, you're already seeing it, right? And you don't even have to see it because if you guys have played any games this set, you know what I'm talking about. You rotate into a random Pyke guy, and he just one-taps your backline during stage 2 and stage 3, and you say, what the heck? That sucks. And then you get sad, and you say, okay, my bad. I'm just supposed to be positioning for Pyke. I mean, this unit's just so obnoxious. And I mean, yeah, I mean, he is kind of obnoxious. And so because of that, you really do need to invest in your early game. You need to make sure that you're streaking in a spot like this. I mean, this is the perfect spot to play it, where we're very much looking like we're in a 5 streak here. We have the upgraded Pyke and the Gwen and a Pyke and a Gwen here. I mean, we've got tons of copies of everything. I mean, this is the spot for it if there ever were one. So it makes sense why Phoenix played it from this spot. Stage 3 also must win. And then once you get to stage 4, you can start thinking about, okay, maybe I'll lose a fight. You know, you don't want to lose a fight ever in TFT. I'd rather 100 streak personally. But, you know, early stage 4, you should still be pretty strong. Mid stage 4, we'll talk about it more as we get there, but, you know, you start to fall off. And then like into stage 5, the comp falls off a cliff. Your goal in this comp is almost never to win the game because it's very, very hard, especially if people are positioning specifically for you to win the game. I did try charge transfer once in this comp. The small grab bag is way too tempting to take. Yeah. Charge transfer felt like okay the one time I did take it here. A lot of tank items here. No amazing slams actually in this spot here. I mean, you can make, like, the only item I'm happy to slam is Nash, but we don't even have the JG to go with it. So these are actually, I'm really curious to see. I mean, you could make a DB low-key. You can't make a DB. Maybe it's just GS then. He's going to make Spark and then GS. Yeah, I like this actually because you can't kill the Edge of Night. We've talked about that before. It's so important onto Pyke. You can maybe get away without the IE on Pyke, but getting away with no Edge of Night, you're going to have a very, very bad time. Speaking of bad time, we're actually potentially going to lose this fight unless Meepsy can clutch up here, but I kind of doubt it. Okay, that was close. That was honestly close, and Phoenix is having a good time here. Next augment here. Find your center's really awkward to position in this comp. I would not recommend it. I don't think climb the ladder is very good. I mean, I do think Band of Thieves should be quite good. You opposite take the Twin Guardians here. This is another good one in the line, because you're very often just going to do exactly this. Yeah, the Twin Guardians with the like part the seas positioning here. So it's actually works really, really nice. And you can see the board kind of coming together. Just a lot of kind of like free traits on this board. The other big in that we would love to high roll on level 6 is the Riven. She really ties the entire board together, gives you the rogue, gives you the time breaker, just really, really makes this board do the work. So it's definitely something that we would like to find if we can, but I mean, you know, that's between us and Mort Dog. Are you allowed to, I mean, you kind of almost don't need Priz Ticket to your board. I mean, it's definitely not Belt Overflow. I think we can roll that one. Radiant Rascal is almost good here. I mean, it is good. You would throw it onto Pyke here and then not worry too much about Pyke items. I think we might need the, you know, I've heard this song way too many times. I'm over it. I think we might need the Priz Ticket to hit the board. Yeah, and we do take it. And yeah, I mean, the thing about this And wait a minute. I just realized we have not really scouted much this game, but Setsuko looks like he's trying to play this line as well. So we are contesting Setsuko, it looks like. Okay, well, this is going to be a very interesting game. Upside to us contesting Mr. Suko here is that we have a prismatic ticket. So what can Setsuko do? Probably he has to pivot out. Low key, it's a steamroll and you roll down for a 3-star this round. Low key. Now, is that crazy? I don't think it's that crazy. I think you're crazy. If you're what's the clip of the guy who's like, you think I'm crazy? I live a day. Every day, every one of my days is 3 days. All right, and let's see how crazy Phoenix is gonna get with this here. I mean, with those hits, with the you send it 0 here actually, especially knowing you're contested here. A Gwen 3 will roll your steam, man. We do hit it. Beautiful. I love it. I love how we drew it up here. We are gonna move items over to the Gragas here just because he is a better tank, you know, as we talked about than the Meepsy. Meepsy's kind of like the worst tank on this board. You can still go for it if you have to, but like, yeah, this makes a lot of sense. We're just gonna sell off of the Meepsies. We have the ability to choose what units we 3-star this game, right? And so why would we care about the Meepsy when we're already gonna hit some other tanks in the spot here? And we can roll that steam. We can roll it nice. And I'm really curious. I feel kind of bad for Setsuko's spot. What the hell is he? I mean, he's just gonna play, I guess, Cork. Yeah, actually, I don't know what he's gonna play. I'm actually really curious because his items, I mean, maybe he's just gonna play Goaith. We'll see. But now you can see the power of this board. The Gwen is amazing during a lot of these mid-games fights. So often she just teleports to the backline like this. This is where this 5 Armor Mar buff is also nice for a unit like her, especially in a spot like this where we don't actually have Rogue in yet. So we are not able to have an aggro drop happen here. So you really like that extra Arm and Mar to make sure that she doesn't just like jump to the back line and then die. So instead, she can actually jump around, do a lot of damage, especially with this solid front line that we've put together here. Yeah, the spot is looking quite nice here. There's our Edge of Night for Pyke. And what else is there though? Do you ever make Archangels? I have to imagine that's horrible onto Gwen. I mean, you have half of so many good items. Not like there's any help coming. Not like we're about to get an augment here. That could be item augment. I wonder if he's gonna not make. I mean, don't you have to make Edge of Night in this comp though? Like you could try to not make Edge of Night and try to make something better. Maybe he'll make. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna. I mean, yeah, he's actually gonna turn this chain into a frontline item and not make Edge of Night here. Wow, it's a really tough decision, actually. Phoenix's items have not been easy this game. But like, yeah, if you want to make a frontline item, you can't do this here. He's going to make Spark here, you know, throw that onto frontline, solid enough frontline item. He is going to finish up the Edge of Night here, and he is going to make the Archangel. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. We got the Psionic item scaling us up here. And then the Archangel, we are going to go quite crazy. The main thing that we are lacking here right now is a frontline. We just got cleared by an ASOL because we do not have our frontliners 3-starred. So we probably have to roll. I would not be surprised if we just roll it down next round to hit our board here, because we kind of need to hit and hit soon. There's our, wow, okay. That I mean, when I said soon, I didn't think it was that soon here. We're going to continue to roll a bit here. Do have the Riven here. I imagine that Riven is better than Rost here, right? Yes, okay, he is going to put it in here and consider dropping out of just the Meepsy here. Yeah, I like the Meepsy drop. Meepsy is just a Voyager on this board, so nothing too crazy. What I'll say is, as I'm watching these fights, I'm surprised I'm VOD reviewing this game because like Phoenix is actually losing. I mean, I told you guys this comp starts to fall off a bit stage 4, but honestly, look at his spot. I would expect it to be a bot 4. And oh yeah, Setsuko does just FF there. I mean, honestly, the HP is huge here, right? Unless he's actually going to take item here. I think you actually need to take the HP here just to put yourself in a spot to actually top 4. And this might be, wow, he's going to go for the completed item. That is wild. And also let the thingy time out because he took so long there. I mean, he didn't have great stuff. I mean, Nasher's a pretty good Gwen item. Problem is we don't have a JG for it, but we got to roll down here, hit our front line here. This is our main issue on the board. Biggest thing is that, I mean, yeah, we just need our front line here. He's going to level at the last second here. You know, he needs the front line, but he also needs to get this Rosted on the board. So opts to just roll all of his gold on 6, right down to 0 gold, and then levels to 7. I actually like this a lot. It's I mean, I wish we could have hit our board, obviously. This is like a very nice, like, towing the line between hitting your board and also ensuring that you get that 6 trait redeemer bonus, and it's really good. And then we can just donkey roll every single round from here on out to hit our upgrades, surely. And we do find the Gragas here. Big, 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 big. We are low-key back here, especially with all of our items. Now, still, though, this Nashor's is making me very nervous just sitting on Nashor's Pyke. Definitely not what you're the most excited for, but it's okay. It's okay. We will surely get to some real items here. Gwen jumps into the back line, but not able to get through the rest of this front line here, so we are going to take another loss here and drop down a little low, 24 HP. Not the most in the world, but not the worst. I mean, JG's really good for Gwen, and then you have JG Nash, but then you can't go for your other stuff. He's going to take this. Wow. Ends up actually getting another JG here. And as the red buff here, the question is, where is it going? I mean, I think you must go JG here. You're probably, I mean, you're going to have to red buff Pyke, right? JG, Nash, Archangel on Gwen. I mean, must be. And then Sympathetic is just going to go on another random unit, I guess. It must be, right? I mean, he's gonna red buff there, and then Sympathetic random unit here. Makes sense. Okay. You will see, though, these are the fights where this comp feels good. Pyke one taps one side of the backline, one taps the other side of the backline. Gwen walks straight to the backline, and you can beat some crazy boards with this comp, which is what we did here. Samira 3 comes down for this other random board here. So really, we just need to be working on our positioning, trying to get Pyke opposite side of the enemy carries here, and then Gwen on the same side as the Gragas here. Do get Pyke opposite side here, and this is looking like a good, beautiful hook here is going to kill that backline. I mean, I will say, there is no comp in the game that is more satisfying to position correctly than this, and more frustrating to play against. When you just get Pyke on your backline, one-tapping your carry, you're actually like, TFT is a bad game. Like, why did they print this unit? But when you do it correctly, and you have Pyke just one-tap a backliner, you're like, I'm a genius. I'm the greatest player of all time. So, yeah, I mean, if you're a player who likes doing this kind of stuff, kind of trolling other people with a setup like this, I mean, this is the comp for you. First Pyke cast, gonna get stuck on frontline, but second Pyke cast, also gonna get stuck on frontline, but third Pyke cast, not gonna get stuck on frontline, it's gonna make it to backline, but 3 casts is a little late, though. He does kill the other backliner. The Grag is tanking a long time. Pyke gets 1 kill. Oh, that's such a tragic fight. I mean, that guy actually had a very clumped board versus us. All right, next Anvil here, looking for, I mean, you can look for Riven items, another Gargoyle. Oh, is this his idea? Is Gargoyle and then what? Just throw Gargoyle onto the Pantheon here? He's considering Declaw as well. I kind of like the Gargoyle into Panthalot here. That guy even swaps Aesol to the middle here because they're so done with us here. But Pyke can still kill a backliner and then walk straight to that Sona here. And then he actually he hooked the Aesol. Oh my god. I mean, these are the fights where you'd really like to be higher HP. Because these fights can really swing on any positioning. It's very unforgiving to be low HP in this comp, which is why I stressed early, you really want to be healthy. You do not want to be getting to this point where you're 12 HP and you have to win every fight. But on the other hand, if you're just an absolute beast and you win every fight, you win every fight. So that's something that you can do as well. I mean, I won't say that you can't. Just win every fight with perfect positioning. Rotate over here. This guy's board actually looks relatively weak, just kind of like tempoed Space Groove. But the Pyke in a pretty good spot to hook here does end up hooking the Smear, then walks straight over to the Nami. The Gwen then walks to backline, kills the Nami. I mean, it's beautiful. And oh my god, we almost lose that fight, but we beat Philip here, and we are on the way to our top 4. Finishing this comp out, the level 8 is usually Nami because you're getting an extra trade in on the board for Ross. You're getting Replicator in for the Pantheon, which is like a non-negligible trait onto him. So that's usually what you're going to add on 8 here. We're almost there. And yeah, we can actually just level for the Lulu here. Why not? Yeah, Nami's the best one because she does activate 2 Space Groove, which is kind of nice. Get an extra thing for her. Also, we can now move the red buff over. Beautiful. And then just DB to finish out the Pyke items here. Makes perfect sense here. We are opposite side of some good stuff. We just have to chew through a couple of frontliners. We get to the middle here, and then second Pyke cast is going to kill backline. I mean, this comp does have a little bit of that critical mass where if you do hit everything, you can just sometimes beat. I mean, it's just like a I almost want to call it a stats check, but it's almost not a stats check. It's just kind of like a, do you have a good enough board check? Like when you just rotate into people whose boards are just not that upgraded, so just kind of like stuck on level 8, you clear them. Now, this person is going to be a big test for us. We do get the Pyke swapped over. We do get Pantheon in kind of a weird spot here. We are going to kill the Sona just straight up here. That's a great first cast. Gwen in an okay spot to go backline. Pyke can hook this other backliner. Pyke really needs to get onto this Bard, or more so the Gwen does. But the Bard's still living. The Pyke is also still living, and it does hook the Bard. That's a top 4 locked in for Phoenix. It's crazy. I usually think of this comp as so weak this stage, but he's actually on a 4 streak this stage. I mean, it just goes to show that, like, yeah, I mean, the comp's a monster in the early game, but actually, if you are right side versus a lot of these boards and you do hit everything, you can even, you know, win a lot of these late game fights with these positioning things. And look at that flicker scouting to make sure that he can get Pyke in the right spot here. Pyke is going to have to go through a frontliner here, but after this, the next cast is going to go backline. Is it enough? Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful here. This guy clumped his backline, which you can kind of do to block Pyke positioning. Oftentimes, he will hook a closer unit, but the only issue with that is sometimes he will just AoE down your entire backline, especially a Pyke setup like this. So kind of sus positioning versus that player. And I mean, it's a top 3 locked in. I guess it's just the Warmogs here. Throw this here. We do pick up the Riven 2, who we can then... I don't know if you even want to move these items over because you kind of need the red buff to sit on Nami. It's just like way better back there because she's actually going to proc it a lot. Rotate into this guy's Ghost. I mean, really good positioning for Pyke here. Yep, beautiful hook there. Once again, you got to win the fight. We are on a 6th streak this stage, assuming that we do win, which is, I mean, this fight's a little scary, but usually when you hook and kill their main carry, you win the fight, and it's actually a top 2 for Phoenix. Oh my God. Fill up the final boss here. Can we turn this game into a first? I mean, nobody. You saw in the filters for this comp earlier, if you were quite analytical, if you were quite pay attention to details. What's the word for that? I don't know. Answer in the comments down below. This comp has a low win rate. Like I said, your goal in this comp is not to win games. It's to go top 4. But hey, could this be the possible first for this comp? Maybe not. Maybe a little bit of a caster curse here. I think this guy put their Nami in the middle, and finally, once again I said, when somebody positions just for you, it does get a little bit tough there. Still a beautiful game, and I mean, better than anyone can expect for this line, a top 2. So I hope you guys enjoyed this VOD review. Once again, let me know, did you guys like the little... it seemed like you guys really liked the intro part at the start, so I think I will keep doing that as long as I can remember to do it, which I almost forgot to do it today. But if you did like the video, then please like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. What do you think about this comp? How have your games been going? If you have played it, check out my Twitch down below where I will be live tomorrow, and my Metafy. If you want to know about this comp before anybody else, then, you know, check my Metafy. I just did some VOD review for some members of my Metafy. Coaching, I mean, it's a blast. I love coaching, and I love helping people hit their ranked goals before the end of the set. All right, thank you guys for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.